So in the homework, Bhasha, it is simple. So only in the later I noticed that last two clocks here, Gati, they are the same. Only thing they have made here, this one like a AM and this one is the PM, like night. So you already know how to write the numbers in the clock. So for example, this one will be Dvivadanam, first one. The second is also Dvivadanam. So if you want to write, say, a morning, so you can say Prataha. Prataha Dvivadanam. Prataha means morning. Prataha Dvivadanam.
So you don't use like we would use 14 for because this is what I wrote. You wouldn't use this in Sanskrit.
Where?
To say 2 p.m. You wouldn't use, because here in Italy, for instance, we would use 14 hours. Yeah, you wouldn't use this in Sanskrit, no?
No. Okay. So Prataha, and here it is Sayam. Sayam is evening actually. So Prataha and Sayam. Sayam Dvivadanam, Prataha Dvivadanam, Sayam Sardhashtavadanam, Sayam Shadvadanam. Like that we can use that. Prataha. Now Sayam is evening, but there are other words for afternoon. Or noon. No, for noon, exact noon, there is a word called Madhyana. Madhyana. Yes, also this Madhyana. Madhyanam is noon, and then there is Apahanam. Apara is after. Aparahanam. Here it becomes Rana, because there is a Ra coming here. Aparanam. So here we can say, for example, if it is afternoon, we can say Aparanne Dvivadanam. If you want to be particular about afternoon, just Sayam is good enough. Sayam, evening. Aparannam, Prataha. Prata is morning. Aparannam, afternoon. And then Sayam, evening. And these are Sapada, Padona. Should be good. Then the Pancha plus Dvadasha, this all you have written there. Sapta plus Nama Panchashat. And there is a converting the following sentences into future tense. Balakaha nagaram gacchati, gamishyati, mahila chitram pashyati. So here this will become drakshati. Drakshati. So these future tense forms, they also come from the root of the verb. So verbal root, if we know, that would help other than remembering these forms. Pashyati becomes drakshati. Here the gacchati, the verbal root is gam, so it becomes gamishyati. Whereas for pashyati, the verbal root is drish. Like this, drish. So the verbal root is drish, so it becomes drakshati, dra. So from ru, here in this there is a ru. There is a ru here. Ru sound. But here in the future tense it becomes drakshati. Then similarly here prapnoti becomes prapsyati. So here the verbal root is ap. Verbal root is up. There is a prefix called pra here. Pra. So in the present tense it is prapnoti. There is a na in between, prapnoti. And in the future tense it becomes simple prapsyati. So you know that in the future tenses everywhere there is something called sya is being added. Sya to the verbal root. So for example, if you say gamishyati, gamishya, the sya changes to sh sometimes. So gamishyati, and here also pashyati also there is draksha. So here also there is, what is ksha? There is ka is there, and then there is sha, drakshati. So this is draksha. So this sya is coming there with the future tense. And similarly, likhati, lekhishyati, that sh is again coming. Prapnoti, prapsyati. So here you can clearly see sya there, prapsyati. And khadati, khadishyati. Okay, any question? The last few slides, we'll try to finish them today. Apekshaya. So these are very simple sentences, only miscellaneous constructs are remaining here. We're going to see here. So for each of these constructs, we'll see a couple of examples and how to use them. So apekshaya is one such construct, and this is used where there is a comparison. So apekshaya, there is a comparison between two things. For example, the first sentence here is Vindhyasya apekshaya Himalayah unnataha. So here we need to have some word for comparison. So or the quality for comparison. So here we are comparing the height of two mountains. One mountain is called Vindhya, the other mountain is called Himalaya. So we are comparing the height, so tallness. So here tall. Unnataha is tall, Vamana is short. So you can say one is tall, so you are not using the taller, but just the tall here. So one is tall than the other. Compared to Himalaya, compared to Vindhya, Himalaya is tall. That's what we are saying. Compared to Vindhya, Himalaya is tall. Vindhyasya apekshaya. Vindhyasya means apeksha means compared to or than. You can also apeksha, you can also consider as than. Compared to Vindhya, Himalaya is tall. And you can reverse it using this Vamana. Vamana means short. So Himalayasya apekshaya Vindhya Vamanaha. Vamana is short. Compared to Himalaya, Vindhya is short. Any question? Okay. Similarly, we can use Dirghaha Hrasvaha. Dirgha is long, Hrasva is short. And Krushaha Stholaha. Krushaha is thin or skinny, and Sthola is thick or fat. So with this, can somebody try to make sentences? Like Krushaha Stholaha or Dirghaha Hrasvaha. So think something or two things. One is short, one is long. Or one is thick, one is thin.
Balakaha upeksha vriksha ruptaha kritaha.
बालकस्य अपेक्षया वृक्षः दीर्घायम्. You want to say long or thick?
Long.
Yeah, long is dirghaha.
Dirghaha.
Dirghaha. Balakasya apekshaya vrukshah dirghaha. Good. Similarly, if there is a pen and there is a ruler, okay, so the word for pen is, what is the pen? Lekhani, right? Lekhani. And mapika, this is ruler is mapika. So we can, how do we say raswaha now? Using raswaha. Raswa word. So what is raswa is short or long and short. Raswa. Lekhani mapika. So can you make a sentence? Yeah, we know.
लेखन्याः अपेक्षया मापिकाया what's the other word?
लेखन्याः अपेक्षया मापिका.
Mapika. I don't see the other word. Can you remove that one? Yeah. Shu laha.
Sthula. Sthula is thick. Sthula, thick. Now, one thing we need to remember when we are using these Unnata, Vamana, Dirgha, Rasa, Krusha, Sthula, these are adjectives, or in Sanskritam it is called Visheshanam. When they are adjectives, then they have to follow the same lingam, vachanam and vibhakti of the Vishesham or the word they are describing, whose quality they are describing. Right? Like here, sthula is thickness and thick. It is not thickness, it is just a thick, and it is describing the thickness of something. So here, that means it is an adjective, sthula. So it has to be the same lingam, vachanam, vibhakti. So when we are saying lekhani, what is the lingam of lekhani?
Strilingam.
Strilingam. So now we have to also make this sthula in the strilingam. Now here the words written here, unnata, vamana, all these are written in pullinga here because they have the ending in a and the visarga, like ramah, balakah. So here is unnata, vamana, etc. When they stay change to strilinga, just add a to them. Sthula, lekhani, sthula. Vamana, dirgha, rasva, unnata, krusha, like that. Just add a to it. So it becomes lekhani, lekhanyaha apek. Lekhani, if you are sthula, mapika also sthula, mapika is also strilingam. So lekhanyaha apekshaya, mapika sthula, or mapika dirgha. So we need to be aware of the lingam also when we are using the adjective. Similarly, if it is a what is called napumsaka lingam, so this becomes unnatam, vamanam, dirgham, rasvam, krusham, sthulam. So depending on the what other vishesham or the word we are describing. After that, after apekshaya, we have the word called kidrusham. Kidrusham is what type, what kind. So this is also becomes an adjective, and we need to be mindful of the lingam, vachanam, vibhakti of the word which it is attached to. For example, here the first three sentences. First sentence, kidrusham khadyam. Khadyam means eatable, and it is napunsakalingam here. So kidrusham khadyam. So we are using kidrusham also in the napunsakalinga format. So kidrusham khadyam means what type of food? That is the question here. If we are attaching this kidrusha word to some pullinga word, for example, if we are asking what type of vruksha, so we should use this kidrusha. Vruksha is pullingam. Kidrusha vruksha, kidrusha akasha. Now, similar in the strilingam, it becomes kidrushi. So kidrushi nadi. So you are asking kidrushi nadi. Kidrushi nadi means what type of river. And if it is napunsakalingam, it becomes kidrusham. Kidrusham jalam. That is here we have seen that kidrusham khadyam. Now we can ask kidrusham khadyam, okay, which is shown on the top there. Kidrusham khadyam. But if we do not split the words here, there is another way, like here what is shown here. Make them a single word, then we do not need to worry about the lingam, vachanam, vibhakti of this adjective. So it becomes one word, like kidrusha khadyam. So that way also you can ask. Kidrusha khadyam asti, what type of food is that? So there is, if you do not split, make it a single word, then this we can use, the adjective word we can use it in the base noun form. So we don't need to add the vachana, lingam, vibhakti suffixes to this kidrusha. Kidrusha, or that is actually generally true for any other adjective also. So this is one example we are seeing, kidrusha khadyam, or here kidrusha pustakam. What type of book is that? What kind of book? So, but if you split, it becomes kidrusham pustakam. Okay. And
So
if the
is the second version like more used in the spoken language?
Yeah, say that again. In the second version?
Yeah, the second version without the gender thing is used more in the spoken language, or is it used equally both, like?
Yeah, equally. It doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
Are you asking whether this format is used more?
Yeah.
No, it's not like that. This is a different, another format. This is also equally used.
Okay, thank you.
Kidrusha pustakam. Then similarly, the other related words are idrusha and tadrusha. So kidrusha means what type, what kind, and idrusha means this type, this kind. Tadrusha means that type, or that kind. So idrusham khadyam means this type of food. Tadrusham khadyam, that type of food. Again, they have, this is the napunsakalinga format, and then they have their strilinga format like idrushi, tadrushi, idrushaha, tadrushaha, pullinga forms and strilinga forms. Okay. And obviously they can also combine like this. So if we say idrishaha vrikshaha, this type of tree, so that can be combined into one word, idrisha vrikshaha. So if for example the question could be kidrusham vahanam asti, what type of vehicle is
Vehicle.
there? So kidrusham vahanam asti, and then you can point your finger to your vehicle and say idrusham vahanam asti.
Oh, tadrusham.
Or tadrusham, you can show something else away. Tadrusham is a little bit away, right? Tat is away. Tadrusham vahanam asti. Like that you can show. And this, if you are splitting it, just one example with the vibhakti. Tadrushe vahane upavishami. Kidrushe vahane agacchati means in what type of vehicle you are coming. Kidrushe vahane agacchati or agamishyati. The answer could be tadrushe vahane. That type of tadrushe vahane. Because vahanam is pulling, sorry, napunsaka-lingam. So you go with the same tadrushe. If it is strilingam, then it becomes tadrishi, and it follows the same nadi format. E karanta strilinga. So if it is saptami bhakti in, so it becomes nadyam. Right? Nadyam meenaha santi. The meena or matchaha or meenaha is a fish. So nadyam meenaha santi. So tadrishi, if becomes tadrishi, it also becomes tadrishyam. Tadrishyam nadyam meenaha santi. So it becomes an adjective. So tadrishi also follows the same vibhakti lingam and vachanam also. And this one is dvayam. Dvayam is the word, napunsakalinga word. It is usually attached to a noun base. Like examples are shown here, like balakadvayam. Balakadvayam means a pair of boys. Balakadvayam. Two boys or pair of boys, couple of boys. So here we can use the dvivachanam like dvau balakau to say two boys, or only balakau also means two boys, right? But this is an alternate form. If we do not want to use that dvivachana form and we want to just say a couple of two of pair, then we can say dvayam. We can attach dvayam, balakadvayam. So since a pair of boys or a couple of boys, when we say it in the sentence, we usually use it like a singular, with a singular verb, right? Like a pair of boys goes. So similarly, here we use balakadvayam gacchati. So that gacchati, the kriyapadam, when we use dvayam with the noun, when we use dvayam is added to the noun base, and it forms a single word here. Balakadvayam is a single word. Balaka and dvayam is not two different words. Balakadvayam, and it is always napunsakalingam and singular, because namapadam here is singular, indicating is a pair. Then the kriyapadam also will be in singular number. So we do not have to use the dvivachana form or the dual form of the kriyapadam. So that is sometimes it becomes easy to remember and use this dvayam because the kriya padam can be in singular. We don't need to remember. If you do not remember the dvivachana or dual form of the kriya padam, this is just quicker to use. Instead of saying balakau gachatah and is strilinge balike gachatah, we can just say balaka dvayam gacchati, balika dvayam gacchati. There are two people. People is jana. Jana is two people. Sorry, one person. Person. Jana is person. So if there are two, jana is pullinga. So if there are two people, we can say janao. But instead of say, we can say janadvayam. Janadvayam agacchati. Two people are coming, or a pair of persons coming. So gacchati remains in singular. So this can be added to any noun base, dvayam, and it means pair. So balaka dvayam, balika dvayam, pustaka dvayam, parvata dvayam, ghati dvayam. So remember always that to the noun where we are adding, it has to be noun base. Like for example, ghati dvayam, nadi dvayam, balika dvayam. This is the base format. Pustaka dvayam, kanduka dvayam. Chhatra dvayam. Now, chhatra means student. So two students are reading. So a pair of students is reading. So to say that, we say chhatra dvayam pathati. But if both are female, then we will change it to chhatra dvayam. Because chhatra is the base form of female student. Chhatra dvayam pathati.
So for pustakam, like napusakalingam, it will be pustakam dvayam?
No, just pustaka dvayam.
Pustaka, okay.
Because the base noun is pustaka. Ma is added later to indicate the prathama vibhakti or dvitiya. In case of napusakalingam, ma is the vibhakti suffix. It is not part of the base noun. Few more words here. Yatra, tatra. So this pair, yeah. Yatra, tatra. This pair is used like where there, where there. Where there is a will, there is a wish. Sorry, other way. No. Where there is a wish, there is a way. Where there is a will, there is a way. So something like that. Yatra tatra is used. Yatra nadi asti tatra meenaha bhavanti. Where there is a river, there are fish. So yatra there is a wish, there is a will, there is a way. To say that, how do you say? What is wish? We can say ichha. Ichha for wish or will. Yatra ichha asti tatra way or road or path. For the road, what is the word here? Margaha. Yatra ichha asti tatra margaha asti or margaha bhavati. Okay. So so yatra tatra, they are not adjective, they are avyayam, means fixed form words. So we do not have to worry about the lingam of ichha or marga, etc. So ichha marga, obviously ichha is strilingam, marga is pullingam, but yatra tatra, they do not change their forms, they are fixed forms. Yatra सूर्यः अस्ति तत्र प्रकाशः भवति. यत्र दीपः अस्ति तत्र प्रकाशः भवति. Similarly, the next pair is the yatha tathA. So yatha tathA, also they are fixed form words, not adjectives. Yatha ashvah dhavati tatha gajah na dhavati.
Where there are horses, there will not be gajah.
This is not where there. Yatha tathA is how. Yatha means how. Yatha ashva dhavati means how in the manner how the horse runs, in that manner or in that way, gajah na dhavati. Tatha is in that way, gajah na dhavati. The elephant doesn't run. That is yatha tatha.
So again, it's what's yatha tathA?
Can somebody help with the English? Yatha tatha. Vivekananda or Giovanni?
As probably
as
the horse runs, the elephant.
Tatha is in that way.
Okay.
In the same way, gajah, elephant, does not run. Yatha is as or in that way. Yatha mama vahanam asti tatha bhavatyaha vahanam nasti. How my vehicle is there, your vehicle is not like that. Yatha, even you can use it for comparison. We are actually comparing, like yatha tatha, this, that. So yatha rukshaha unnatah asti tatha balakah unnatah nasti. So, like that we can also say. This looks like a cave painting. Yatha rukshaha unnatah tatha balakah unnatah nasti. Comparing there. Yatha as tatha, in that way. Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Then we have yada tada. Yada tada is simple. Means when, then. When, then. Yada suryaha agacchati tada prakashah bhavati. When suryaha agacchati, when the sun comes, tada, then prakashah bhavati. Prakasha is light. Bhavati. When sun comes, then light happens. Or then there will be light. The question here is kada. Sorry. So if somebody asks kada prakashah bhavati, when will the light happen? That is a question. Kada prakashah bhavati is a question. When will the light? This kada is also when, but this is a question word. Kada is a question word. Ask the question. Kada prakashah bhavati. When will the light going to happen? So then the answer we can say just yada surya agacchati tada prakasha bhavati. When Instead of saying the exact time, Panchavadane prakasha bhavati, Shadvadane prakasha bhavati. We can also say whenever the sun comes, then the light, then there will be light. So we can say yada, so when or whenever. So this is not a question word. Yada comes with a tathA. Yada, when something happens, then tathA, then something else is going to happen. Similarly, if you are interested to know what is the question word here for yatra, tatra, so here asking where, right? Where there is a river, there are fish. So here, where, for the question word, where we already know, right? Kutra. Kutra is the question word. So if you are asking kutra minaha bhavanti, where are the fish? That is the question. Now we can also just say minaha nadyam bhavanti. They will be in the river. So that is the direct answer. But you can also just say like yatra nadi asti tatra minaha bhavanti. Where there is river, there will be fish. That way also can be done. So here for this one the question will be yathA tathA. So here you can say katham, means how. How is the question word? Katham gajah dhavati, the question. How will the elephant run? How does it run? Katham ashvah gajah dhavati. So there is no direct way to answer it. How is it going to run? But we can just give the answer. So if somebody knows how a horse runs, so we can just say it doesn't. Elephant doesn't run same way as the horse. So yathā ashvā dhāvati tathā gajah na dhāvati. Okay. The next pair here is yaha saha. So question you can think here as kaha, who. This we know, kaha or ka or kim in pullinga, strilinga, napunsakalinga. So if the question is kaha uttirnaha bhavati, uttirna is pass. For example, if there is an exam, one who passes the exam is uttirnaha. So kaha uttirnaha bhavati, who passes in the exam. So you can just say yaha pathati, one who reads. One who reads, saha uttirna bhavati. Right? There could be direct answer also. So balaka uttirna bhavati or balika uttirna bhavati. If it is strilingam, because uttirna is an adjective. So balika uttirna bhavati. So that way also can be said. But alternatively, we can also add this way also. Yaha pathati, one who reads, he passes. Yaha pathati, saha uttirna bhavati. So if it is a strilingam, it is yasa. Ya pathati, sa uttirna bhavati. So here it is one who, that. So here instead of saha, you can use esha also. Yaha pathati, no, not esha, saha. Yaha pathati saha, one who, that person. Yaha pathati saha uttirna bhavati. Yat tat yasa. Ya pathati sa uttirna. So what is another example you can think of? One who does something, that person either
One who practices will succeeds.
yeah, or if you are asking kaha saha balakaha, So suppose we are asking, Kaha saha balakaha, who is that boy? So suppose somebody has seen that boy in yesterday. So we can say, yaha. So what is the word for yesterday? What is the word for yesterday? Word for today is what? Today?
Adya.
Adya. So yesterday is yaha.
Yaha.
Yaha. Yaha. So yaha. So you can start with yaha. Yaha. This is one who. Yaha. Yaha asit. One who was there yesterday. Yaha. Yaha asit. Saha balakaha. Asti. One who was there yesterday, that boy is this, or that boy is this. So if there is a question like ka, kaha balakah saha, yaha asit saha, eva balaka. We can say, we can also add eva, means only, that only, emphasizing. Saha eva balakah. Similarly, other example, yat tat. That is for Napunsakalingam, yat tat. So you should be using some Napunsakalingam, yat. Or without specifying anything, we can just use yat. Yat upari gacchati. Upari means up, right? Upari is up. Yat upari gacchati, tat adhaha patati. Adha is down. One which goes up falls down. Yat upari gacchati, tat adhaha patati. Yat yat vahanam bhavatyaha samipe asti, tat vahanam mama samipe nasti. Because vahanam is Napunsakalingam, so we are using yat vahanam and tat vahanam.
Like yat jalam asti tat minaha.
Yat jalam asti, and after that?
Minaha, there would be fish. Where there's water, there would be fish, like minaha.
What do you want to say in English?
Where there is water, there will be fish. Fish, minaha.
So where we know that yatra tatra, right? Not yaha saha. Yaha is one who. One who does something will become something. Yat jalam asti means the water which is there will do what? So if you want to say yatra jalam asti tatra meenaha bhavanti, that is fine. Yatra jalam asti, nadi, instead of nadi you can add jalam there. That is what you are trying to form the sentence. Where there is a water, there is fish. So that in there we use yatra. But here we are using one which or one who. Yat jalam asti tat patati. That falls. The same thing is going to fall down. Yat jalam asti, the one which water is there, that water is going to fall down. Water will fall down. Tat jalam patati. So yat yaha
The one who climbs has to come down.
yeah. One who climbs. So here one who, if you want to use it in, actually you can use it in any lingam, but if there is no personification of that, then generally Napunsakalingam or the neuter is used, right? One which goes up, one which climbs, one that has to fall down. Or if one is climbing the stairs actually, then you can use yaha or ya. Ya upari gacchati, sa atha agacchati. Then we have yadi tarhi. Yadi means tarhi. Yadi tarhi, this is a pair again. Yadi tarhi, again they are fixed forms, so there is no question of lingam, etc. here. So yadi tarhi, udaharanamatra, example. Yadi vrishtihi bhavati tarhi nadi pravahati. If, then. This is like if, then. Yadi vrishtihi bhavati, if rain happens, tarhi, in that case, then nadi pravati, nadi, the river flows. So this is if, then. This should be simple. Understand? Yadi tarhi. Yadi vahanam agacchati tarhi aham gacchami. If the vehicle comes, then I could come, or yeah. Yadi vahanam agacchati tarhi aham agacchami. Athva, you can also, we already studied that tum, right? Yadi vahanam asti, if there is vehicle, yadi vahanam asti, tarhi aham agantum shaknomi. Agantum, to come, shaknomi, possible for me. It will be possible for me. I can come. Yadi vahanam asti, tarhi aham agantum shaknomi. Yadi deepah asti, tarhi aham pathitum shaknomi. Or yadi deepah asti, tarhi aham pathami. So remember, there's a difference between yada tada and yadi tarhi. Yada tada is when. Yada deepah asti tada aham pathami. When there is a light, then I am going to read. Now this is like if, then. Yadi deepah asti tarhi aham pathami. If there is a light, then I will read. So the other one is yavat tavat. So here, example, yavat vrishtihi bhavati tavat vahanam na chalayami. Means as long as it rains, until then I am not going to drive the vehicle. Yavat vrishtihi bhavati, until it rains, until then, till it rains, until then I am not going to drive the vehicle. So this is as long as and until pair. Yavat deepah asti, अथवा यावत् प्रकाशः अस्ति, until there is a दीपः, प्रकाशः, light. यावत् दीपः अस्ति तावत् अहं क्रीडामि. I will play until then, until there is light. यावत् दीपः अस्ति अथवा यावत् प्रकाशः अस्ति, until then I will read. Read means pathati. Yavat deepah asti tavat pathami. This one, the yathA, atha. So these are separate words when they are not pairs. So yathA related, but yathA means because, athA means therefore. Okay. So examples, udaharanam, shikshakah nasti atah vargah na bhavati. Atah means therefore. Shikshakah, teacher, nasti, not there. Atah, therefore, vargah na bhavati. Class won't happen. So same thing if you reverse because, using because, right? The varga means the class does not happen because there is no teacher. So you can reverse it like this: vargah na bhavati yatah shikshaka nasti. The class won't happen because the teacher is not there. So you can reverse any sentence like this with atah to yatah, yatah to atah. So for example, I can say रुष्टिः भवति अतः अहं वाहनं न चालयामि. Rain happens because therefore I don't drive the vehicle. रुष्टिः भवति अतः वाहनं अहं न चालयामि. If you reverse it, first you put that वाहनं न चालयामि. वाहनं न चालयामि यतः रुष्टिः भवति, because rain is happening. Ant comes because there is a sweet here. So how do you say that? Ant comes because there is sweet.
Sweet is madhuram.
Madhuram.
Ant is
pipilika.
So,
I think one of the word slides, first slides you might have seen this. Pipilika. Trilingam.
pipilika.
Ant comes because of sweet. Because there is a sweet here.
Pipilika agacchati.
Because
atah
yatah
yatah madhuram asti.
Asti. Good, very good. And if you reverse that, pipilika agacchati yatah madhuram asti. Now we can reverse that. Sweet is there, therefore ant comes.
Madhuram asti tathA pipilika agacchati.
Not tathA. Don't go to the other words yet. We are going to just atah.
Atah. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Okay. Atah pipilika madhuram asti atah pipilika agacchati. Atah, therefore. Go to the last slide. So these are also, many of them are pairs here. Yadyapi tathapi, the next pair. Yadyapi tathapi. So this is a pair like though even then. So udaharanam, yadyapi saha pathitavan tathapi saha uttirnah na bhavat. That means though saha pathitavan, though he read Patitavan we know, that is a Bhutakala. Though he read, tathapi, even then, saha uttirnaha na bhavat. He did not pass. Uttirna we know, pass. Right? Na bhavat. He did not pass. Another example, यद्यपि दीपः अस्ति तथापि अहं पठितुं न शक्नोमि. Even though there is light, even then I won't be able to read. I am not able to read. Like, that is the meaning there. Though, even then. Yadyapi, tathapi. So these are also fixed forms. No worry about lingam vachanam vibhakti. So yadyapi, tathapi. Yadyapi, shaityam. Shaityam is coldness, cold. Shaityam. Yadyapi shaityam asti tathapi balakah kridati. Even though when if it is cold, even then, though it is cold, even then the boy plays. Yadyapi shaityam asti tathapi balakah kridati. Any question on this? Yadyapi tathapi?
We are good.
Then we'll gata agami. So gata agami, they are not independent words in this format. So we gata agami, we just add to another noun before the noun, prefix it and just make it a single word. For example, here gata means former, previous, and agami means upcoming, next. So here gata saptahe, saptaha is week. Gata saptahe vargaha asit. In the last week there was class. Gata saptahe, I mean, note that the saptahe is saptami here. So gata is a prefix here, but the other noun remains normal to which it is prefixed. So that noun is normal, so it can take any vibhakti, vachanam, lingam, it doesn't matter. So it follows its natural course. So it could be here, it is saptami vibhakti. Gata saptahe vargaha asit. So if you want to say read previous day's newspaper. So how are we going to say? Newspaper is varta patrika. Okay. So using that word, can you make the sentence? Varta patrika. The newspaper. Or if you can just say, just to keep it simple, you can say only patrika. Patrika is paper. Read yesterday's newspaper, or previous day, not yesterday. Previous day's paper. Anybody?
Gata patrika.
No. Gata patrika means previous paper.
Previous paper.
Read.
Patati.
You read. How do you say you read? Bhavan, bhavati.
Bhavan, Gatapatrika Patati
Patatu.
Patatu.
Patatu means that is the imperative. Read. Right? You read, or you should read. You are asking, or requesting, or ordering. So Bhavan Gatapatrikam Pathatu. So here we are using Gatapatrikam. Gatapatrikam becomes a Dvitiya because Patha is transitive verb. So we are adding you read the yesterday's or previous day's newspaper. Previous newspaper. This literally means previous newspaper. Gatapatrikam Pathatu. But if you want to say previous days newspaper, so we'll say Bhavan Patrikam Pathatu, that is there. Patrikam Pathatu, this is just a simple sentence. You read the newspaper. Bhavan Patrikam Pathatu. Now we are going to add previous days. What is the word for the day? Dina. Right? What is the word for the day? Is Dina. So this Dina is an Napunsakalinga word, Dinam. So keeping aside that previous, if we want to just say days, how do you say days? Means like this apostrophe. Of the day. Of the day. So how do we say that? What is the vibhakti for of the day? What is the form here? Using Dina. Using the Dina word, how do we say of the day?
Belongs to 6 days.
Of the boy or boys. How do we say that?
Balakasya.
Yeah. So here it becomes Dinasya. Right. So Dinasya Patrikam Pathatu. So read day's paper. And to that, if we can add Gata, just add a prefix here, Gata, make it a single word. Gata Dinasya Patrikam Pathatu. Read the previous day's newspaper. And instead of Gata, if you add Agami, then it becomes coming. Agami Dinasya Patrikam Pathatu. Read the paper of upcoming day. Agami. It's next or upcoming. Coming next. So here the example shown here is Gata Saptahe Vargaha Asit and then Agami Mase Pariksha Bhavati. So in the next coming Masaha is month. In the coming month Pariksha Bhavati. Test or exam happens. Next pair here is tathA Paryantam. tathA Paryantam is from until or from to. So example, Saptavadanatah Navavadana Paryantam Vargaha Bhavati. So Saptavadanam we know 7 o'clock. So to the base word, base noun, Saptavadanam is the full word with the vibhakti suffix, but the base there is Vadana only, not Vadanam, right? Like Phalam, Phala, Jalam, Jala. Only the base word is without that ma. So here Saptavadana is the base word. Saptavadanatah from 7 o'clock. Navavadana Paryantam. So here also Navavadana is the base word and we are adding Paryantam, until, up to. Navavadana Paryantam Vargaha Bhavati. From 7 o'clock until 9 o'clock class happens. सप्तवादनतः नववादनपर्यन्तम्. Another example is गृहतः विद्यालय पर्यन्तं. From home, vidyalaya paryantam. Vidyalaya is school. So vidyalaya, if you add the suffix and the vibhakti, then it becomes vidyalaya, pullingam. But there is, because it is single word, we are removing that vibhakti suffix and just putting the noun base. Vidyalaya paryantam. Grahataha vidyalaya paryantam. Chalitva gacchami. I go walking. I go by walking. Chalitva gacchami. Then another example like mama nagarataha, from my city. Mama nagarataha bhavatah nagaraparyantam vahanam nasti. From my city, mama nagarataha bhavatah nagaraparyantam, to your city or until your city, vahanam nasti, there is no vehicle, there is no conveyance. So the next pair is yataha tathA. Yataha tathA is these are like a pair, like yataha tathA was. So, but yataha means from here. Yataha, this is like adding taha to e. Yataha means from here, because in the last example here we are adding taha to something else, noun base. Saptavadanataha, from 7 o'clock. So here yataha. So e is not an independent word. It is derived from some other word called idam, but only e remains there and taha is added to it. Yataha. So yataha means from here, from here. So yataha nagaram gacchami, from here I go to the city. That is the example, first example here. Similarly, tathA is from there. TathA is also, taha is added to ta there. Ta is coming from tat. Tat, you know, all we know. Tat means that, right? So tathA means from there. So tathA vahanam agacchati. The vehicle comes from there. Itaha aham balakam pashyami. I see the boy from here. Itaha, from here. Itaha aham balakam pashyami. Tataha pipilika agacchati. The ant comes from there. Then the next one is kila khalu. Now kila khalu, these are two separate words. One example here is Shukravasare Karyakramaha Bhavati Kila. So Shukravasara is what? Friday. Shukravasare Karyakramaha Bhavati is the base sentence here. Right? Shukravasare Karyakrama Bhavati means what? On Friday. Karyakramaha. Program happens. On Friday program happens. So killer we are adding just as an affirmative word here. So if somebody asking Shukra, so somebody is saying that whether we should go somewhere on Friday. Yeah. Whether we should go somewhere on Friday. Shukravasare vayam nagaram gacchamaha. So we will go to the city or something like that. Prayanam. Prayana is journey. Shukravasare vayam nagaram gacchamaha. So if that is somebody is asking you, then you know that already there is a program scheduled on a Friday, and you want to affirmatively say that. So you are saying that because you want to say that you don't want to go to city or something else, do something else on a Friday, because this is already scheduled, that you know that program, and you want to affirm that. So the kila is used in most cases like that. There are other uses of kila also, but many times you find it like this: Shukravasare karakrama bhavati kila. Means, isn't it? Isn't on Friday the program is happening, isn't it? Like that. Now, khalu is used as a mostly like a question. There are multiple uses of khalu, but khalu is one important use is like a question. Bhanuvasare virama bhavati khalu. If you want to know, if you are asking the question, Bhanuvasare virama bhavati khalu. On Sunday, Bhanuvasare is Sunday. It is also called Ravi Vasare, Sunday. On Sunday, a break, virama is break. Break happens. There is a break on Sunday, isn't it? This is a question. This is not like affirming. Bhanuvasare virama bhavati khalu. Means you want to know whether there is a break time on a Sunday or not. Alternatively, you can just add kim there. Bhanuvasare virama bhavati kim. Is break time happening on a Sunday? So you can add kim there, but this is another form adding khalu. So you are stating the sentence first, Bhanuvasare virama bhavati khalu. Then, is it? That is with the intention of knowing whether it is there or not. Whereas kila is more like an affirmation. Okay. The last one word here put is va. So kila khalu, they are also not adjectives, not dependent on any other word for lingam, etc. They are fixed forms. yatha, tathA also fixed form. Then the va is also fixed. Va means or. Just or. So when there are multiple options, then we use this va. Udaharanam, example. Mitram adya just to make it correct. Mitram adya va shvaha va agacchati. Mitram, which is friend. Adya va shvaha va. Today or tomorrow. Or we are saying or here. Adya va shvaha va. Adya today, shvaha tomorrow. He comes either today or tomorrow. Mitram adya va shvaha va agacchati. The friend comes today or tomorrow. So here va is coming twice. Even putting it twice is optional. We can put it only once at the end. Mitram adya shvaha va agacchati. That is also correct. Second sentence. Bhavati karyalayam gacchati vana. This is the question here. So we are asking, there is an option there at the end. Gacchati va na gacchati. So after na we can also add gacchati. Again saying gacchati va na gacchati. Are you going or not going? So here we are adding or here. Bhavati karyalayam gacchati va na gacchati. So that is a full sentence we can form like that. Or the last one, because it is same as the first one, we can just say, we can just not say it and say Bhavati karyalayam gacchati va na? Are you going to the office or not? So that is one way of using it, using va. Gacchati va na. So another example would be, today there will be rain, either rain or snowfall. So rain, we already know what is the word for rain, rushtihi. And snowfall is himapataha. Himapataha. So how do we say that? Today, either it will rain or either there will be rain or snowfall. So how are we going to say that?
Adya
Huh.
Rushaha
Huh.
rainfall, right?
Adya Vrishtihi Himapataha Va Bhavati. So Va you can put at the end. After saying both the words, you can put it at the end. Vrishtihi Himapataha Va Bhavati. Adya Vrishtihi Himapataha Va Bhavati. In the the mountain is tall or short. How do you say that? So now you can combine tall, short from the previous slide. Okay. Where was that? Yeah, here. Tall, short. Okay. And then you can also use va there for using or. Parvataha, that is mountain, is either short or tall. What do you say? Parvataha.
Anyataha.
Short or tall? What is that? Short word for short?
Vamanaha.
Vamanaha. What is the word for tall?
Annataha.
Unnataha.
Unnataha. Unnataha.
Then or word for or is va.
Va.
Asti. Parvataha vamanaha unnataha va asti. Any question? No question. So with that, where Shiv?
Sorry, Sanjeevji, I was having so much trouble with my mic. Are you hearing me now? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was using a different headphone. I had to search where my old headphone was. For some reason or the other, and then when I disconnected, the whole laptop stopped giving sound completely. For me today it was a bit a tough class because of its technical issues, but I realized most of the lessons, most of the topics you covered here is in your book, so I will definitely have to go through them.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I won't say this is, this should not be tough. There are more words here, more pairs. So only thing is more practice is needed with each of these words. So here, on the slides, with this limited time, we are only seeing one example or two examples for each. Now, obviously more practice is needed. In the book there are more examples also. If you take other, you can take other Abhyasa Pustakam also, this bookam also, or any other book also, there will be examples. And also I'll be sending the homework also, so that will also give you some more practice. One thing you should be aware that many of the words here are fixed form words, like yatra, tatra, yatha, tathA, yada, tathA, yadi, tarhi, and yathA, tathA, and in the next slide, yadyapi, tathapi, taha paryantam, itaha, tataha, kela, khalova. These are all fixed form. But some words like this gata agami is a prefix, and it becomes a prefix, then it is obviously, we don't have to worry about the lingam vachanam of the gata itself, because it becomes a single word. But here yaha, saha, there we need to be mindful of the lingam vachanam and vibhakti also, because they are just a simple yaha, saha words, yasa, iftat. And same thing with kidrusham also. This, if it is a single word, no problem. If they are separating, then we'll have to take care of the lingam vachanam vibhakti. So these things you have to keep in mind. Otherwise they are just the simple words, and if you know the meaning, it should be easy to just use them. Just a practice is needed. And then about this yavat tavat. So yavat tavat, if you are using this yavat tavat pair, has like two different usages. So the usage what is shown here, it means until then. It's like yavat vrishti bhavati, as long as it rains, tavat vahanam aham na chalayami. Until then I am not going to drive the vehicle. So in this sense, these are like used as a fixed form words. We don't have to worry about what is the lingam of yavat when there is a vrishti, because vrishti is a strilingam word, vahanam is a napunskalingam word. So even then this yavat tavat remains fixed here, because we are using it in the meaning or in the sense of as long as and until then. So in that meaning this is being used. But this yavat tavat so let me complete this. Yavat tavat, so when they are used in this sense, you can think that there is a paryantam at the end here. Okay? So that will make it simple to understand. So because in the next slide we have seen this taha paryantam. Paryantam means until then, right? Until then. Saptavadanatah navavadana paryantam, means until 9 o'clock. The same one here you can assume with yavat tavat having paryantam at the end of both. Yavat paryantam, tavat paryantam. Yavat paryantam vrishtihi bhavati, tavat paryantam vahanam na chalayami. Means as long as, until, as long as, same meaning, vrishtihi, rain happens, tavat paryantam, until then, vahanam na chalayami. Then it becomes simple to understand. So that paryantam is optional here. Yavat paryantam vrishti bhavati, tavat paryantam vahanam chalayami. But in some cases, in some other sentences, you might find yavat tavat with lingam vachanam vibhakti following the word they are describing. So that is a different kind of usage. For example, Like if you are saying that, so there it becomes a comparison. There we are, if you are using the yavat tavat in the comparative sense, then they have to follow the lingam vachanam vibhakti of the words they are associated with. For example, if you are saying that the elephant's speed is not the same as the speed of the horse. So in the last, where was that? Yatha ashvaha dhavati tatha gajah na dhavati. This was like just saying how, in that manner. Yatha means how. Yatha ashvaha dhavati, how the horse runs. In the same manner, elephant doesn't run. So how, in that same manner, in that way, yatha tathA is being used in that yatha tathA. But if you want to actually compare the speed, yatha ashvasya vegah asti, tatha gajasya vegah nasti. How the horse's speed is there, the elephant's speed is not in that, not the same as that. So yatha ashvasya vegah asti, tatha gajasya vegah nasti. So that is one way of saying that. Now if you want to say yavat tavat, then it becomes a little bit more complicated, because then we have to use yavat tavat in the same vibhakti lingam vachanam as that of the word they are, or the quality they are comparing. What quality they are comparing, or what characteristic of horse and elephant we are comparing now in the sentence here. Yatha ashvasya vegah asti. Vega, we are comparing the speed, right? Speed is the quality or the character we are comparing. So vegah is a pullinga word. So when we want to use yavat tavat with vegah, then this changes. Yavan vegah asti. Yavan vegah means it is like a quantity. It becomes a quantity now. Yavan vegah asti. So as much the speed of a horse, as much the speed of a horse is there, that much speed of elephant is not there. So yavan vegah ashvasya asti, tavan vegah gajasya nasti. So because vegah is pullinga, then this yavat tavat also will assume the same lingam of that vegah, yavan vega. So here we are not saying until, as long as until. So this usage is different. Yavat trushti means as long as rain happens, until then I am not driving. So here we are not comparing anything. We are just saying as long as then. But as soon as we start comparing with using yavat tavat, then that will become an adjective, and then adjective will follow the same rule of having the same vachanam lingam vibhakti of the word it is describing. So yavan vegah. So that's what I am saying. That's why I am saying. So here when you want to use this yavat tavat in sense of not comparing, just like as long as, until, so just use paryantam, add paryantam here. Yavat paryantam rushti bhavati means until, as long as, until the rain happens, rain falls, then tavat paryantam, until that time I am not going to drive the vehicle. Yeah, so these are different words which are shown here. The practice is needed. You can use that Sanskrita Bodhini book or any other book, and also I'll send some homework for practice. So with this I would like to conclude our class, the session total. So next week there will be no class. So until then, until whatever we have studied, we studied a lot of things. We started with the chart of letters. We went through
quite a lot. We did
pronunciation, and then overall in the course pronunciation, and then introduction to different words, pada parichaya. There are different words, and we looked at how the lingam or the genders, what are the genders, how a word is associated with the gender, and numbers, what numbers are there, what are the case endings, vibhaktis are there, and also the kriyapadams, verbs are there, different tenses. We looked only at the very simple forms of the verbs. And also in the noun side also, we have looked at only very few simple nouns, which are like ending in a and a, e, only these kind of nouns, just to keep it simple in the beginning. And then verbs also, we looked at very simple forms, only few verbs like bhavati, patati, that was the list, bhavati, pashyati, etc. And few tenses like vartamana kala, which is the present tense, and then the past tense. Past tense also we mainly looked at the past participle form, like gatavan, khaditavan, drishtavan, etc. And then the bhavishyat kala, future tense, is the patishyati, prapsyati, gamishyati, those kind of things. And then tum and twa forms also we looked at, gatva, patitva, gantum, patitum. And if there is a prefix to the verb root, then it will be having the form like ending in ya, like prapya, agatya. So in place of twa, it will be ya. Instead of gatva, it will be agatya if there is a prefix. So those forms we looked at, and then at the end there will be these are some miscellaneous words which are useful in formation of their sentences. So more basically practice is needed. So we just like this during this course, during this journey, we just scratched just some few parts of just to get to know what the language is about and what are the basic structural forms of the language. So what kind of vibhakti, that is case endings and the tenses and the gender. So just to get to know about the structure at the very high level. So hope that you got some value. It was not a waste of time, I hope, for everyone.
Definitely, it's been very invaluable. Question, Sanjeevji, would you be starting back another this introductory class? I don't mind repeating this class.
Yeah. So
at some stage.